Data Jockey here, machine learning for Victorian racing. Race 6 at Sandown Hillside, Wednesday 15 July 2026. Let us get straight into it. Here is the short version for Race 6 at Sandown Hillside. The model has landed on one selection today, red on red for the place. When it only finds one, that is generally a sign the signal is clear. Stick around for the full breakdown of why red on red stands out in this field. Race 6 at Sandown Hillside, 14 runners, and the top 3 pay a place dividend today. The model is flagging something important here. The top selection is not the market favorite. The model sees value the market is underpricing, and that gap is exactly where this model looks for place finishers. One selection today, place only, no same race multi for this race. And just so you know, I do not tip every race. The model only selects when it finds genuine value. No value, no pick. Today it has found one worth a look. Let us get into it. Before the picks, here is the short version of how this works, because it sets this channel apart from most tipping content out there. Every selection comes from a machine learning model trained on Victorian racing results, and it does not stop learning. Every race meeting feeds back into it, sharpening it over time. The key difference from almost everything else in this space, most models and most tipsters are chasing the winner. This one was built to chase something else entirely: place finishers. Horses that land in the top positions and pay a place dividend. That is a fundamentally different target, and it changes everything about how the model is built. It is simultaneously weighing dozens of variables across the full field: pace, distance, field composition, historical form, how each horse matches up against today's rivals specifically, all at once, in ways that are genuinely hard to replicate manually. Want the deeper methodology? It is linked in the description below. For now though, Race 6 is on the table and the model has a clear view on it. Let us get into the picks. On to pick 1 for Race 6. The model's top selection here is red on red, currently 11th in the market, not the favorite, not the horse drawing the market's attention, just one the model rates well above where it is currently priced. That mismatch is the whole basis for the selection. I want to be upfront about something, since I think it is more useful than pretending otherwise. There is no single clean reason the model has chosen red on red. That is genuinely not how the system works. It does not rely on one factor like a strong record at Sandown Hillside or a preferred distance, the kind of reasoning a standard form guide leans on. The model takes a different path entirely, weighing dozens of variables at the same time. Track conditions, distance, field size, who else is racing today, historical patterns built from thousands of past Victorian races, all considered together, surfacing connections that are simply invisible to manual analysis. That is intentional. A one-sentence explanation would mean the model was unnecessary. What actually counts is this: the market has red on red at 11th in the market. The model places it first for Race 6. That difference between market price and model confidence is where the value lives, and identifying that gap is the model's entire job. It does not matter whether the market eventually catches up or not. By the time it does, the value has usually already gone. Built specifically around place finishers rather than winners, a top ranking here means this horse fits the historical profile of horses that finish in the places, not necessarily the historical profile of horses that win outright. A different way of approaching the problem altogether. Red on red for the place, a top 3 finish in a 14-runner field is what the model is backing for Race 6. For entertainment purposes only, please make your own informed decision before placing any bet. For anyone following the full card, every race gets its own video, and they are all in the playlist Live before Race 1. Worth a look through the other races to see what else the model has flagged today. A place multi combining several selections is something some punters build themselves. Check with your wagering provider on how that is structured. Make sure any decision you make is your own, fully informed. Important reminder too, always check for scratchings before placing anything, since they can change a race entirely on the day. The model's place selection for Race 6 is red on red. The full card is waiting in the playlist. If you are not subscribed yet, This channel covers every Victorian meeting, every race day, and every selection comes at no cost. Nothing locked behind a paywall here. That wraps race 6 at Sandown Hillside. Red on red was the model's place selection, clean, single pick for this one. Results are tracked and posted publicly every week without fail, the good and the bad both on the record. That is the only fair way to judge whether following this model genuinely makes sense for you, rather than relying on any single result either way. For entertainment purposes only, as always, please make your own informed decisions and gamble responsibly. See you next race.